Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. Another surprise!
Out of the blue. You want that with fries? Out of the blue. Come with me across the sea. On a barbecue, we're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies!
Out of the blue. You want some chili with those fries? Out of the blue.
Welcome to Out of the Blue. Well, today's program takes us to the north and central part of Italy, which is an absolute paradise for garden and art lovers, with its priceless collection of works and places. From gardens and frescoes to operas, we explore the very creative achievements of Italians that continue to be celebrated today.
We also cook some wonderful Italian recipes that are still being cooked in Italian kitchens.
But first we visit the Veneto region to check out the frescoes of a famous Palladian villa. During the historic period known as the Most Serene Republic of Venice, many of the country homes were turned into grand villas, where gentlemen from Venice would come and spend their holidays.
It was in the Veneto region that we met a knowledgeable guide called Vilma, who showed us a great example of a Palladian villa.
We are actually in one of the most interesting and beautiful villas along the river Brenta, going from Padua to Venice. Along this river there are beautiful houses. These houses were first of all farmhouses, like this one, unbelievable but true. First building was built in the 16th century, and then in the 18th century it was transformed by the family living here in a beautiful holiday resort. This kind of decoration was the best of the best one for this kind of buildings. They were painted in the 18th century and they are in perfect conditions because this is the fresco technique. This is not painted like a canvas, but is painted in small pieces of art, exactly like a puzzle. The painter asks his assistant to set down on a wall, a simple wall, a piece of mortar following the lines he designed, and in 24 hours the painter must paint this part. The day after they add this patch of mortar or plaster and he paints this, and the day after this, and the day after that. So the result is like a painting on a canvas, but in fact the technique is a sort of a puzzle. Here we are in the music room. Is especially decorated for this purpose. You know, the Wittmann family liked very much the music, and the Count Wittmann liked very much the musicians. He was quite in love with a cantatrice, beautiful singer. Anyhow, this kind of decoration is perfect for this room because just beneath this fabric there is a sort of a vacuum space. This will make the acoustic of this room to be perfect. So you have to imagine the 18th century with people spending holidays here, enjoying the place, enjoying good food and enjoying good music. The Venetians liked very much to enjoy their garden. At the beginning, it was really a garden, but a useful garden. Fruit trees, fish ponds, beautiful and useful flowers. Things beautiful to see and good to eat. But later, in the second half of the 18th century, they wanted to transform the useful gardens into an English garden. That's why you see this. This was perfect to escape the heat of Venice, of a city, during summertime. Beautiful place where to spend their villeggiatura, their holidays.
Don't go away. We'll be back after the break to cook up linguine with scampi and cuttlefish. Have we got a terrific recipe? It is San Remo linguine pescatore. And you asked me San Remo.
I haven't asked you yet.
Ask me.
I'm about to ask him. Why did you choose linguine?
Now, you know what linguine means, translated?
Well, yeah.
It means
not.
little tongue. So what that means is it captures the taste and it captures the seafood on the pasta.
So next when you're buying it, just say, could I have a pack of San Remo little tongue?
Little tongue. Now, I've got the oleo.
Yep.
Can you put in the...
I haven't got a lot to do.
No,
I've got to be honest. I'll be frank
honest with you. There's a reason for that sometimes.
You see, they don't use a lot of garlic here.
No, just
Not
just
like
put
we
in.
do. We barrel it in, get it in there.
All right. Could you, while that's seasoning,
Yes.
to do the pomodoro?
No,
not yet.
Oh, not yet.
No,
No, just trying them out. But
He didn't read the recipe, did he? I'm putting in sepia.
oh, beautiful.
I'm putting in calamari.
calamari,
This is a sepia that
Yes.
I've cleaned.
Yeah.
Sepia is a cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish.
It's also referred to as the Clark of the Sea. The
Beautiful.
Clark of the Sea. I'm using gambaretti or local prawns.
crowd's building up, Michael.
And this is scampi. Okay?
Ja.
So I'm
Ja.
going to put them all in. Now, I'll put in the cognac.
Yeah. Hang on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cognac?
Yeah.
Come on, you ready?
Yeah. Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Go. Come on. What's happening?
Yeah. It's
Hey,
doing.
put some more. Oh,
It's doing it.
oh look,
because
there it is.
Yeah,
Look,
there it is.
hey. Have you
Because
got
it's.
that, Gerald?
Can you
Hey.
turn the sun
Yeah.
out?
All right, clap.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Now, the pomodoro.
Pomodoro.
Put the pomodoro
Now
in.
there's a couple of ways you can do this.
Yeah.
Now notice you have gone like that, but this is how you can with really fresh ones. You sort
Squeeze
of
them.
squeeze them in like that.
Okay.
And that gives you a little bit more juice.
Bravo.
Everyone's like sort of
Okay.
going green around here because that's what they do.
Okay, now what we do now,
Yes.
see? One
Beautiful.
thing at a time. I need to put in
Stock.
the brodo. This is pesce brodo, which is the fish stock.
All stock.
Just put a little bit more. That should do
Stock,
it.
a little bit
And I'm just going to mix it.
A little bit more pepper.
A bit of pepper. Little bit of pepper.
Got
Hey,
lemon.
we got another chef. He's trying to tell us what
Hey,
to do.
hey, you come here.
Silenzio, we're
Come
here. Hey, you get bastonare, capito?
Come in here.
All right. What happens now? What happens
Does
now?
he come in the middle?
Yeah.
He's a chef. We
Are
found
you
him
a chef or not?
No.
Wait,
No,
get
how
off
are you
there.
doing? Is this
Hey, ciao. Hey, what do you? Everybody wants to go.
Everyone wants to be on
makeup,
TV.
You don't understand the lines. Okay. All right. We put the lid on, and you got to wait for 5 minutes for it to cook, to steam, and have a reduction of the sauce. And then we're going to bring in the pasta, combine the two together. Where did he come from? You know, is he a cousin of yours?
No, I
Not
never met him
familiar?
before.
Is he
You come
familiar?
visit everyone.
That's it. We'll be back in a few
Right.
minutes. We've got to overcome the visitor. I mean, everybody wants a show. Now, that's been cooking for about 5 minutes. You can tell
Yep.
the scampi have cooked, the calamari is cooked,
Yep.
the tomatoes
Yep.
are starting to break
Beautiful.
up. And Michael's idea of crush them is a great idea. If you put in a little bit of pasta,
Now, I suppose you'd want to work out how many people are going to enjoy this, but we certainly won't be using all of the
No.
beautiful San Remo linguine.
that was 2 packets, so we need
There's
more.
2 packets. Do you see?
Yeah,
Look, fair
can
bit.
you put some more
Bit
in?
more?
Because I reckon 5, because there's enough liquid in there. Let me just work that. Give me the serving dish.
Yep.
Okay, there we are.
Oh, there. Bravo! Si, bravo!
There we are. San Remo Linguini Pescatore, all the
And
way
ladies, you
from
can take him home. He's for a sale. Take him home and use in your cucina.
Gardens in Italy come in all shapes and sizes. Vilma showed us a garden in the Veneto that was converted from a practical garden to an ornamental one. This next garden in Liguria has really combined the both. Perched on top of a hill in San Terenzo overlooking Lerici is Villa Maligola. The villa started its life as a farm among the citrus groves of Liguria, and it was a place to harvest and preserve the produce of the estate, and that was mainly wine and olive oil. In 1888 the estate was divided and an English banker bought the villa who, unlike other owners, took up permanent residence. The first thing he would have done is to design the garden to complement the villa, and he's done that beautifully. The other thing with garden design is you have to take the person in the garden to a vista. The second thing he would have looked at is the placement of the plants. He would have made sure that when they were mature, they wouldn't block a view, for example. He would have planted plants that would grow in the environment, and bear in mind, you know, the summers get pretty hot here and the winters are cold, so he would have had to choose from a smaller palette of plants in those days to what we've got today. He's used also remnants of the beautiful orchard, the orange grove, and he's borrowed landscape from the holm oaks and the woodland, and everywhere you look there's a story. There's something that the person walking around the garden will have a wonderful memory of. Because Sir Reginald Pearce lived here, he not only wanted a productive garden with olives and wine, he wanted a beautiful garden that he and his family could enjoy. He dreamt of it, he created it, and this garden today is a true testament to his dreams and courage in those days to create a garden like this.
After the break, we visit the opera in Lucca and cook Puccini's favourite dish.
Always love a good splash, olive oil right at the end.
The love of art in Italy extends to live theatre opera. In Lucca, Michael had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to visit Torre del Lago, where he saw the works of Puccini and he cooked up his favourite dish with Adam.
We're about 20 minutes from the historic town of Lucca at a place called Torre del Lago, and it's where Puccini wrote many of his famous operas. In fact, they celebrate these operas here during the summer months in this beautiful open-air theatre, and the lake is behind. It's a wonderful setting. Tonight, something pretty special, Turandot, is going to be performed here, and we've got even something more special for you. We're actually going to go behind stage.
Turandot is a dream of Puccini. He was in love especially with this story. This opera, for me, is the maximum, as an orchestral technique and expression, the maximum of our century, the last century.
When I was graduating from high school, I said to my mom, I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to be a big star. And she said, no, you're going to go to university. And you're going to study something that makes money. So making a living in the arts is really difficult to do, and it takes not only a lot of talent, but it takes a huge amount of luck. I got a phone call from a conductor that I had auditioned for 5 years previous. And he said, do you remember that audition you did for me? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, I'd really like you to do Turandot for me. I said, I can't sing that. And he said, oh yeah, I think you can. I really think you should. I'm going to send you the contract, just learn it. I'll see you next October. Really? Okay. And I've done over 120 performances of this role. It changed my life.
After the break, Michael and Adam cook up Puccini's favourite dish.
Always love a good splash, olive oil right at the end.
You know, I really love this time of Italy. Summer's just finishing into autumn. There's plenty of beautiful ripe tomatoes and of course beans. And I've picked up some magnificent beans here because I understand that one of Puccini's favourite dishes involved beans. And I've got my old mate here, Adam, to to help out here. G'day, Adam.
Hey,
How you
Michael,
going?
how are you?
Hey, Adam, I'm very well, thanks. These are not quite the beans that he used in his recipe, but Bilotti beans are just sensational,
Oh,
aren't they?
they look lovely. Look at that. And you know the good thing about beans, Michael,
They're so
they give
good
you
for
lots of power.
But do they really?
Don't you? My research tells me his favourite pasta dish was a bit of a take on like a pasta vazul and pasta di patati.
That means beans and potato.
Very good. Well done. So what I need you to do, Michael, is basically we've got some more borlottis over here that have already been soaked. Okay?
Because they dry them, don't they? Then they re-soak them when they need them.
You need them for at least
to
soak
use
for a
them
couple
easily.
of
Yeah,
hours,
it's fantastic.
in the water. I'll try everything today. So we're using the San Remo egg tagliatelle today, all right? So now, the great thing about egg pasta is you get this beautiful voluptuous taste, this really nice richness to the dish.
Voluptuous.
Yeah, it gets this just beautiful texture. Hey, meat and pasta.
Okay,
Oil.
so
you need
I'll
to
cut
chop,
these up.
please.
Okay. And you know, sage is an easy plant to grow in the garden. And the other thing about sage, if you sort of drink a bit of wine, red wine, and your teeth sort of get a little bit even after you clean them, just take some sage off and crush a little and go like that. Seriously.
What about
Yes.
coffee? Does it get rid of coffee
Coffee,
stains?
it does. Beautiful. Does the whole lot.
Yeah, no.
And of course, rosemary, great if you've got a cough, particularly if you've got a chronic cough. Rosemary tea is very good indeed. Anything else you want to know?
Dr. Michael here today, hey? I thought I'd come here to cook. So you chop that up.
I'll chop all that.
I got the garlic already peeled there for you, Michael. Get that in there. So
Hey, one thing about here though, it's lovely and quiet because being a composer, he would have to almost demand that of the area where he could just sit and get sort of any other sort of context of music out of his.
I thought you might chew too much. So look, I already got some chopped in. I'm going to get that fried off.
You're making me, I can't believe it.
Excuse me, chef.
That's all right, chef.
Now, the thing about this, so we've got to fry off those herbs with the garlic. You want to cook them out for a couple of minutes, so just let them break down, infuse the oil.
It's beautiful aroma coming out of that.
It is.
Stunning.
Beans and patates.
Now, what did you do with the potato?
So all we've done is just basically peeled them and boiled them for about 5 minutes, so just nice and tender.
Oh, they look
okay, so we're just
beautiful,
going to break them up, get the beans in there also.
Yeah. Bit of art, bit of love.
There you go,
All
put
that.
that side. So just, look, it's going to pick up, the potatoes are going to break down. Use the back of the spoon if you need to. You can add some stock or water. I'm just adding water to today.
Okay.
Okay. Now we need to let that cook for a couple of minutes. Just give it a good season also. Some
You
salt,
love your pepper and salt, don't you?
Michael.
Really just brings out the flavour. It does. I mean,
You need to season everything. There's a
Yes.
reason why salt and pepper were made for. It's to season and give everything some love.
yeah.
Look at that, Michael. It's reduced down, thicken up quite well. In with our tagliatelle,
Egg pasta.
egg pasta. With the ribbons, okay, the tagliatelle, the sauce of the dish will start to cling to the pasta. And this is where you get the most amazing experience.
Beautiful. I'm with you.
All
I'm
right.
with you.
Just softly, we'll turn off the heat. Just fold that through with a
Like
wooden
that,
spoon.
that. Beautiful.
Always love a good splash of olive oil right at the end.
So what would you call that?
I think I'll be calling this a nice tagliatelle, fagiolini e pedati.
Ah, Mickey, Italy, gardens, art, scampi.
Bellissimo, that recipe.
Oh,
Hey, Mickey, what about the opera?
it was fantastic. Where were you?
That's a very good question. Where was I?
He was in
Mickey?
the van, asleep out
Again,
the back.
he didn't wake me up.
Wonderful memories of Italy. It's only a little bit of what we can bring you, but thanks for being with us. But until next time, I'll say,
Arrivederci.
buongiorno.
Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo.